super tired and super exhausted. Just coming home from the dentist. I was at the dentist really early. I had a piece of my tooth just break off. It's Monday, it's cold, it's raining. I just want to stay in bed and read. I'm just gonna check a couple of emails, check my day schedule for the day. When I have meetings, I think I have the first meeting at 4:30 and then the last meeting at around 8 or 9 p.m. I need to prepare some mail and I need to do some Korean homework. And then I want to read like 400 pages today. And I need to work like 8 hours. So what's on the plan for this week? I'm reading Serpent and Dove with Jen and Ilva. We have a book club on Wednesday over Zoom. It's my first book club that is like happening live where I'm actually participating. Then I want to read The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy because it fills a prompt for a team group thing that I do. Also since read The Murderbot Diaries, the first one, I was looking into reading this for a while. The team challenge is to read as many science fiction or steampunk this month, and it also fills a trick or treat challenge where I pretty much write the owner of this challenge. She has a list of candy and I pick a candy and then she has 3 prompts per candy. You have to fill one of these prompts and then you can get pick the next candy. And then I want to read A Morbid Taste for Bones, and then I want to read The Fountains of Silence, which was on my TBR last year. And then I also have for this week on my schedule Coral, which was on my TBR last year. It's an arc on NetGalley that I finally need to review, and Daughters of Nuri. Then on the weekend I'm going to start up the Shadow Rising again to continue in the Wheel of Time series. Roughly 400 pages a day with a normal working week. I have plans on Friday. It's a lot to ask. That's going to be a tough call, but I'm going to try. Yes, if you're wondering, I am rocking a Christmas onesie because I completely feel like it because I'm cold. Anywho, the Fairyloot just came. I had written to them that one of the products that I had in my, not the last one, but the one before, was broken, and they didn't even acknowledge it. They didn't even send an email saying like, oh, sorry, which kind of pisses me off to just ignore me telling them that a product came completely broken. Not much that I can do except for saying that sucks and potentially cancel. I should have looked up the topic because I'm not into mermaids. The topic is under the sea. First thing that I see is a brush, and it actually looks kind of cute. The brush was illustrated by Taratjah, Taratjah, a Tequila Kingdom mug, and the mug is designed by Gabrielle Iragusi. Oh, it says inside the mug, it says it's like holding a story rather than a person. She feels wild and infinite in my arms. It's meh. I mean, I love the yellow. The yellow is like this like pastel yellow is awesome. Ooh, yes, it is a big one. I am missing a big metal straw that I can use for bubble tea, and I actually love the color. We couldn't resist adding a fun beachy quote on each too, so it's not connected to a fandom. I'm struggling because I love that it isn't connected to a fandom, but I'm not sure if other people aren't expecting more fandom items in this box. For Unfortunate Souls, we have a little keychain. This is more along the lines of what you would expect, and I cannot use. It's done by Love You More Studios, and it is inspired by Ursula, favorite under the sea villain. An Atlantis postcard. The print is illustrated by the lovely Taratjah, who also did the hair detangling brush. And then we have a pencil case, or I mean, honestly, this is a big pencil case. This can hold a lot of pencils or other stuff. It feels like a good quality, and it's very, very soft inside. It says, don't grant all the princess requests, darling girl. Men are always asking for more than they should. Sarah Henning, the Sea Witch. And then we have the 2 tarot cards, and they are designed by Catherine Britt and inspired by Nevernight. Oh my god, this is a tiny book. I mean, I love that it's glittery and turquoise bluish. And the book is Fable by Adrienne Young. I think I've seen this before. We have a letter from the author, signed edition. Look at this Dedication 338 pages. Ooh, next month is Wicked Hearts. Would you make a deal with the devil? That's more up my alley. Our featured book of the month is Fable by Adrienne Young. Our main character must find a place and her family while trying to survive in a world made dangerous by the sea and by those who wish to profit from it. So, doesn't sound like a mermaid story, which is good. Trader, fighter, survivor. As the daughter of the most powerful trader in the Narrows, the sea is the only home 17-year-old Fable has ever known. It's been 4 years since her father abandoned her on a legendary island filled with thieves and little food. To survive, she must keep to herself, learn to trust no one, and rely on the unique skill her mother has taught her. The only thing that keeps her going is the goal of getting off the island, finding her father, and demanding her rightful place beside him and his crew. To do so, Fable enlists the help of a young trader named West to get her off the island and cross the Narrows to her father. But Fable soon finds that West isn't who he seems. Together, they will have to survive more than the treacherous storms that haunt the Narrows if they're going to stay alive. I wrote this book at a really pivotal time in my life when I was trying to make sense of my own grief. My father had recently passed away, and what you will find in these pages is an exploration of my own pain, the past, and reconciling loss. Oh, that's making me tear up. Even the villains have a very special place in my heart, and I'm so excited for you to come face to face with a story that really changed me. Having a book come out in 2020 has been a strange experience with so much chaos going on in the world, but my greatest hope in seeing this story in the hands of readers is that you might find a true, joyful, sun-drenched escape in its pages, and that you take some of the light with you when you close the book. Oh, now I want to read this. I'm liking this box a lot. Today's one of those days where I feel like I haven't even really gotten up. I just got mail, so I just want to open that with you. The Beauteque Box. And then my order from the cosmetics company that I work. I have paid 28 euros, so it's around $30. I have never had issues with customs. This actually ships from the US. Okay, so the topic of the month is skin fruit. And I do enjoy this box a lot over the ones that I get in Germany otherwise, because we have full-size products and it actually feels worth it. With the other boxes, I feel like we're only getting like sample sizes and it doesn't feel like it's worth it. Very cute. I love this sticker. We have something that looks like a sample size, but it is a sleeping lip care. So this is probably the right size. This is supposed to cost $8, and this is vitamin C infused lip treatment for your lips. We finally have an ampoule! Yes! I needed one so bad. And this is a multivitamin from Dr. V8. This is $18. This powerful vitamin-packed anti-aging skin treatment has high concentration of vitamin C, E, B5, and B3. It has a faint little scent, but it's not like heavily perfumed, and I love it. Okay, then we have this big box with a strawberry on top. Stressed skin, no problem. With strawberry extract and purifying clay, this antioxidant packed mask. This is a mask and this costs $12.99. I love it. We have the Perfect Clean cleansing tissues. This is supposed to cost $8. These moisturizing cleansing wipes contain cucumber extract, broccoli sprout extract, matured honey and celery to repair the skin moisture barrier while thoroughly cleaning and removing makeup. Then we have a spa headband. It has a cute little strawberry on top. Two-step mask with cleanse, and it's a refreshed two-step mask with tomatoes, I guess. The worth of this box, $57, which I actually do think in this case, I believe every single one. Maybe these seem a little bit expensive, to be fair. I am very, very happy with this box. There we go. Let's make another cup of coffee and I will read today's portion in Serpent and Dove. So it looks like my old subscription is actually still active and I paid 65 euros for that box. It's a bit much, isn't it? Just made myself the tea and got stuck on doing emails and now it's already cold. It's okay. Feels like it's a good oolong, but doesn't taste like pomegranate at all. So I'm a good bit into the Ladies Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. I'm on page 176 and I have to say I am pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure if this is going to be for me. I was on the fence about this, but this is actually a lot of fun. So this is the sequel to The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. and I haven't read that. I was on the fence about that as well. Heard very good things, heard some bad things. It doesn't matter that I haven't read the first book. I was able to get into this book very easily. Our main character is a woman. I believe the first one, the main character is a boy, and this is the boy's sister. We're following up after the events of the first book. This girl is very feisty, very sassy. Well, she's actually kind of snappy. I'm not sure when exactly this plays. She's starting to flee a life of getting married to a nice guy. She wants to become a doctor, but everybody denies her because she's a woman. And she then hears about her big idol going on an expedition, and she is trying to find him and convince him to take her on. And there's another few layers with an old friend of hers, with somebody bringing her across from Edinburgh to Germany, and potentially there being some other threats that might come into play later on. I was a little bit afraid that I'm going to be annoyed by the feminism in this book, because I feel like a lot of times the feminism is being pushed too far. A book that focuses a lot on how a woman doesn't get certain chances, like becoming a doctor because she's a woman, oftentimes pushes it too far for my taste, and it goes into the preachy all men are evil kind of direction, but that didn't really happen here. It felt frustrating, yes, the way she was denied, but realistic, and it didn't feel pushed too far. I will finish this in another 3 hours. I'm considering going into the shower and taking this on audiobook with me. I also have another few pages in Serpent and Dove, which I'm not enjoying as much as I'm enjoying this. It's Friday. I'm going to the TV show again this evening. Last week it felt safe. We had to wear the mask a lot longer than in other TV show recordings in the past. We actually set apart a little. Before I leave and check this though, I got Scentsy mail. You guys know how much I love a surprise box. Dear Cornelia, oh my god, the smell. The scent just coming off this. She's wishing me a lot of joy. 2 bags like this. First of all, look at this. This is a mummy. I think I paid 50 euros for all of this. Then we have Pie Oh My. It's like apple pie. And this is the tester for Autumn Sunset. Strawberry. Coastal strawberry. Oh, that's good. That's a tester. And then we have a tester for Happy Hibiscus. I love Happy Hibiscus. Jammy Time! Yes, I love Jammy Time. A body scrub tester, which is Go-Go Mango. Here's the base. Dip and Licks. Oh, this is hand soap. Halloween candy. Butter pecan hand soap. Butter pecan actually sounds good. This might be, I think the floral scents are a little bit too light, but butter pecan can be really good. This is for the car, sugar cherry. Another candy ring. A lollipop. Tester, blackberry cider. And then this could be good. Rosewood freesia. I think this is one of my favorite scents actually, and I haven't had this in a long time. So yeah, this is well worth it. I love it. Thank you, Sabine. So, long day. I was at a fulfillment center with my colleague where I couldn't film. I'm now meeting a friend from the Goodreads group to hand over some stuff. I started decorating my first traveling book that I really wanted to get back as well. That I'm looking forward to becoming a collector's thing. I completely missed taking pictures and videos of this process, and by the end I was like, oh my gosh, I just did that and I didn't. A Morbid Taste for Bones. I have finished that last night, and I just think it's not necessarily for me. It felt appropriate for something that was playing in like the 1100s or something. For some reason I just couldn't connect to the story. I just couldn't get into it. I do see the appeal, I see the benefits, but it just wasn't for me. So objectively, probably a really good book. Subjectively, not in the mood for it. Anyways, let's check this out, and if not, we'll find another place to eat at. Okay guys, this is the kind of day where you just want to stay in bed. My hair reflects that as well. I had a really fun time yesterday during the TV show. I'm so sad that I can never show you anything from what's happening in these TV show things. But pretty much you have to hand in all your stuff before you enter. Today is a really like cold day. Made myself some mezzocha. I love this. It's like plum tea. I love it. So I got 2 things in the mail today, which I'm assuming both to be books. This I'm assuming is from the Traveling Book Project. I have this group on Goodreads, and it's the 7 Aspects of Evelyn Hugo. I'm so excited to read this one, and it feels like there's something inside. Sometimes they send tea. Canadian maple, forest fruit, maple syrup. And then we have Indian chai. That's not entirely up my alley, but it's still very nice. 6 people have read it before me. Everybody picks a different color, and then you write comments, and it feels like you're reading it together with other people. Super excited for this one. And this one, I ordered something on Instagram. I always wanted to have a traveling journal book, but I don't want like a bullet journal, something completely open and free, because I'm not creative enough. But then again, I want something. And when I saw this, it just looked perfect for what I want, because this gives me the space. It gives me some prompts, so to speak, but not in a silly way, in exactly the way that I want. All 196 independent countries have a spot. Cool stuff to do, bucket lists to complete, and so yeah. This is a very good format to take on your travels. I love the design. Look at this. A selfie space, some information about myself, and then you can color in the countries that you've been to, which is already something that I like. A little close-up, so you can go for every state, which I definitely want to do. The checklist, and then extra things like this. Just some different prompts, and I love the design. I absolutely do. I'm a little intimidated seeing how amazingly creative people are with this book. All the countries in the order that I've visited them, and then just ask your mom. She knows everything. Should I try that? I'm currently reading The Fountains of Silence, and even though that is completely up my alley right now, I'm just not getting into it as much as I wanted to. And I only have it on audiobook, and I just feel like snuggling up with a cup of tea. I have 2 more books on my list, aside from starting Shadow Rising again. I don't know why I got this. Coral, I think, is like a mermaid story, and I'm just not into mermaid stories at all, so I don't even know why I got it. So let's get into this, read it, review it, and move on. I guess sometimes I shouldn't go into a book completely blind. So I knew that Coral was a Little Mermaid retelling, but wasn't aware that it's going to hit this hard. This is a mental health book, first and foremost. Yes, it has the underlying Little Mermaid retelling theme, but it is tackling mental health from several different perspectives. And before going into this book, I absolutely recommend on Goodreads. The author has put a full list of trigger warnings, which are not in the arc from NetGalley, but apparently they're in the beginning of the book. And this is one of those books where I feel like it might be important to read the trigger warnings before going in. This book is attempting to speak about suicide, about depression, anxiety, PTSD, trauma. I am loving it so far. I didn't expect to love it as much, as you could tell, because I'm not so much into mermaids, but I read the summary before requesting it on NetGalley, so I just completely forgot it. It feels like such a good representation. Me getting emotional over a book does not happen easily, but usually it happens further towards the end of the book once I have created a connection with the characters. Here we're at what, like 30%? And I'm crying my eyes out. It's like, oh my god, what's happening? I am not triggered because I haven't experienced most of the things that these people struggle with, but it is touching me so so much. Can't tell you how good this feels right now. And I read a review because I had to stop and just see, because I have no experience myself, how realistic people feel this is portraying mental health issues. And then I was surprised to see that this is only like a 3.68, I think, on Goodreads. And then I read one review saying that the portrayal, that the author is doing a poor job to portray a psychiatric hospital in a realistic and healthy way. And right now, at the point of the story where I'm at, I don't know what's unhealthy and unrealistic about it. If you've read it, if you can answer that question, I would be very grateful. Maybe it becomes clearer down the line, but right now it's not. It's time to experiment a little. This is a scent flower. This feels like a wooden plasticky styropor, but I think it's like a soft wood that soaks up the oil and then distributes it. And I had seen somebody paint this flower, and then because it soaks up with oil, the color just goes everywhere. So I didn't use much, but let's see if that actually works and if that looks amazing. So I did not completely finish either Fountain of Silence or Serpent and Dove or Coral, but I'm enjoying most of them. I'm not enjoying Serpent and Dove, which was actually the book that I thought I would enjoy the most. Isn't that weird? But I'm really enjoying Coral. I'm really enjoying Fountain of Silence. I'm okay with this reading week. I did enjoy myself reading, so I think that's a good thing, right? But yeah, I'm signing off with still having more books to read, and I'm pretty sure I can finish at least Fountain of Silence and Coral tomorrow, so that's good. I hope you will join me again soon. Until then, hit the like button and subscribe. Bye! Trying to get this book box ready. I have 2 books for her when she's finished. A little notebook. So I have 3 things with like scents. One is a car freshener. I love this car diffuser. It's like this little glass thing. It looks so pretty. Love it. When it's empty, you can just fill it with your favorite perfume, which I love, because then you have your favorite scent. I have the Scentsy Mummy. Page 75 is some tea. Okay, this tea, I think I'm going to put into this box. This way, she will have no idea that it is tea inside.